Hello and good evening, Geminis. This is Sunan. I'm back once again to do a forecast on your love and relationships for the month of February 2019. This will be a reading for the zodiac sign of Geminis. Now, before I progress, guys, I just needed to tell you something that if your sun sign doesn't resonate with your reading, with the reading that I do, please check your rising sign as well. Sometimes that happens because in everybody's life, one of the main signs actually make a more deeper impact than the other signs. So, in case you guys are Geminis, but this is not resonating with you at this point in time, to make it a point to check your other rising signs that I will be updating very soon, and you would know exactly which one resonates better with you. Now, having said that, for the Geminis, guys, you definitely bring a natural brilliance into your love life and social life, and that is just you, okay? Because you enjoy a good talk or just a verbal communication, which is an interesting prelude to your romantic journey, okay? Because you like to talk, you like to hear intelligent things before you actually fall in love with your significant other, and that's you, okay? But again, you have to remember that this is as good as it may sound. This is also your problem because, again, love is not just related to your intelligence or intellect. It's cool, but again, it's kind of passionless, okay? Because the reason why I'm saying this is that's the way you are, but at the same time, your significant other or your romantic partner or your current love, that person probably doesn't get this, okay? So that person is kind of, if that person is able to match your wavelength, it's good. If that person is not able to match your wavelength, then of course there is going to be a distance between the two of you because you venture out into romance through your intellect, okay? That's what you guys are. Now, in your love relationships, Geminis, emotion sometimes, of course, disturbs you, and you, of course, tend to complain about it, or your partner tends to complain about it. But again, for cross watchers, guys, people who have Geminis as their better half in your life with regards to love, please understand why they are the way they are, okay? Because if you actually have fallen in love with a Gemini, you should also accept the good and bad part of their zodiac sign, okay? Now, Geminis normally avoid deep passions because, they feel that this would interfere with their ability to think and communicate in their love relationship, okay? But again, for cross watchers, guys, if you have a Gemini in your life, please understand that if they're cool towards you, it means that this is their nature. This is what they are all about, okay? But again, nevertheless, Geminis must understand, and this is for the Geminis, I'm saying this, that you guys must understand that it is one thing to talk about love, but it is another thing to actually fall in love or to actually love somebody. Because if you love somebody, it comes from your heart. You have to feel it, you have to radiate it. Just talking about love will get you nowhere, okay? So, therefore, you need to feel that passion, you need to act on that passion, okay? Because remember, Geminis, especially you guys, for you, love is not the intellect, but it comes from your heart, okay? So, it's not your brain that is kind of giving you love signals, it's your heart that's talking to you about your romantic relationships, okay? So, for cross watchers, guys, if you want to know how a Gemini feels about love, you should not really listen to their part of the conversation because What you should be doing, rather, on the contrary, is to observe them, observe their action as to what he or she is doing. Okay? Because again, the main thing about it is that I'm giving you a hint in here is that if Geminis are really in love with you, or they have fallen in love with you, they are definitely going to be generous because that's who they are. Okay? And again, for Geminis, they like their partners to be refined, well educated, and well traveled. That is kind of thing that pulls them, okay? And if their partners are richer or wealthier, then it's all the more better. So basically, they need the entire thing for the significant other, okay? Brain plus wealth. That's what they're looking for. But again, for our cross watchers, guys, if you are in love with a Gemini, you have to be a good listener because they like to talk. Okay, that's their passion. If you can really listen to a Gemini, you have to listen to what they have to say as well as observe their actions. Okay. Now, for love relationship for the Geminis, the ideal relationship for the Gemini is a relationship of the mind. Okay, more than the body, the sex, the lust, and all that. They depend more on the mind. They enjoy the physical and the emotional aspects, of course, definitely. But if the intellectual communion is not there, then your love is going to suffer, especially with a Gemini. And that's a very important message for the cross watchers, guys, because you have to be very careful about this, okay? Now, news is that after 2 years of having Saturn in your seventh house of love for 2019, guys, relationships, your love relationships were severely tested. Okay? And now it's a welcome change for you in 2019. Love is going to be doubly happy this time. Okay? And you deserve it. For those, again, I think I've said this before, but I'm repeating myself. For those who are married, your marriages have survived the past 2 years. This transit shows more romance in your marriage, more socializing. So you will be good, okay? There is no point in getting scared because that part of the testing time for the Geminis, when Saturn was testing your relationship, that has gone, thankfully, okay? So therefore, you guys are definitely good to go from here. Now, Jupiter will be moving through the seventh house of your love as well. And this can indicate a business kind of partnership, which will be like a marriage for the Geminis, of course, okay? So that is something, again, you have to remember. Plus, religious and philosophical compatibility is even very important for the Geminis. Even if everything else is good, if there are problems here, the relationship will be in trouble. So both of you have to believe, the cross watchers, I'm talking to you guys, the significant others, and the Gemini, your foundation of love should also be based upon your religious and philosophical compatibility. Okay? For some Geminis, love and social opportunities will happen from long distance. Okay, that is there definitely. Or else it could also happen in a place of worship kind of situations that may come up for you guys. Okay, so basically, after March 7th, your love life will start to stabilize. Okay, that is the good news that I was coming at. So, therefore, I don't think really, as of in 2019, guys, I mean, yes, of course, there are stuff that you have to be taking care of, but at the same time, there is nothing to really get scared and feel that, if things are not happening in the right way or situations are not happening in the right way, that you guys are going to fall apart or something drastic will happen in your love life in 2019, because my my thing is that it's not, okay? Because again, you guys have crossed that period of time which was testing your love relationship, as I said. So you can chill, you can relax a bit, but of course, again, you have to balance, you have to keep in harmony, you have to believe in religious and philosophical ideas, both of you, and that's when things are going to really mature and work in your love area to the best that you deserve and you want, okay? But again, whatever you're doing this year, I have said this to everybody, and I'm repeating once again, this will be your foundation year, whether it's in love, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your personal life, in any kind of place that you guys are working upon certain things. Please understand that this year is the foundational year for you guys. So whatever in the love relationship you guys are going to be doing in 2019 is what is going to bring you harmony and fulfillment in the coming years as well. Okay, so remember that and act with your wisdom, act with your spirituality, act with your heart for the Geminians. That's what I would like to say. Reason being that your better half or your current love or your romantic partner in the month of February 2019 is going to be striking out at other people. And that will happen without any due cause. Okay. And this is kind of an indulgence on the part of the significant other, that they are going to be doing. They're going to be lashing out at somebody or at some things, and maybe even at you, and you perhaps will not recognize why that person is lashing out at somebody in front of you for no reason, because he or she is in that energy in the month of February 2019, okay? It basically, this card in the reverse talks about entanglements, okay? So there are certain naughty situations in your love life, okay, at this point in time, which is not only affecting your significant other, and that is the way they are kind of venting out their fury or their emotions. It's because somewhere in your love situation with the Gemini here, this person does not feel complete here, okay? And that is the reason this person is kind of directing their fury or their anger or their hatred towards situations or towards people that with no cause, basically, because you don't see any logic as to why they are doing this, okay? But that is their energy and that is what they are going to be doing sorry, in the month of February 2019, okay? Because that is what they are at this point in time. Really, you cannot do much to stop them, because at this point in time, you either take that in the right way and let things cool down, or you don't, okay? And that is because, again, your significant person, the person who is sitting in your current love house, or your current love, your romantic partner, it could be your spouse even, whoever that person is, has adopted the energy of the King of Cup as well. Okay, that means the person is a fair person. He or she is not a bad person. And this person means business, means law. For this person, law is divine, okay? And this person is responsible and also, of course, disposed to oblige you, Geminians, okay? Because this person believes in that, believes in the creative intelligence, okay? That is their energy. But at the same time, this energy is being directed because somewhere, like I said, this person is not complete, okay? Even though this person is a good person, basically, okay, the significant other, but at the same time, this person is not feeling completely happy. And that is the reason I would say this person is kind of striking out, lashing out, their fury and their anger towards situations or towards other people without any cause at this point in time, which is, of course, is going to kind of surprise you two Geminis, because you don't know why this person is doing this. You're not being able to understand this, you're not getting enough reason to follow their course of action, and that is the reason, you are also going to be a little bit, if not quite a lot, affected with this kind of behavior or the kind of behavioral pattern that this person is projecting in the month of February 2019. And that is the reason you're not recognizing your own potential or that person's own potential as well, okay? And this is the reason why you are suffering in the month of February, Geminis, with some lack of self confidence, okay? Which is, of course, not allowing you to move forward in your love area at this point in time in the month of February because of this person, your significant other's energy that is kind of making you feel sad. It's kind of confusing you. It's pulling you down. It's a pull down energy, basically. Okay, it's pulling you down, which is affecting your progress, your workmanship in your love area, and leaving you with a lack of self confidence as well. Okay, which is why you're not being able to recognize your own potential at this point, like how far you can go, what you can do to make the other person happy, or what you can do to bring that romance back into your life that will make both of you happy. Okay, so these are the kind of situations that is happening in your higher self at this point in time, which is, of course, leaving both of you in a kind of cold situation. That is what I would like to say. Cold, not in the material world kind of cold, but it's a cold situation for sure, because again, both of you are guys are not really feeling comfortable with one another at this point in time in your love relationship. That's what I was trying to tell you. And that is the reason, again, guys, you people, Geminines, y'all are feeling a little bit unhappy. There is a bit of jealousy in you because you're not liking it, and that is your way of showing that you're not appreciating the other person or the significant other's energy, which is creating jealousy in you. It's creating a cruel tongue, a bit of acid tongue, that you don't want to say things but you're still saying those things. Your behavior towards your love is becoming more possessive because somewhere there is an invasion of your privacy as well. Okay, because this person, your significant other here, guys, that person, whether they mean good or bad, that doesn't matter. But by doing certain things in your love life, they are also invading your privacy. The place that you like, the place that you enjoy, it could be with your friends, it could be with your other social activities, or it could be your colleagues, that you might want to spend time with and you might want to have some fun with, but this person at this point in time in the month of February is kind of disturbing you because that person is invading your privacy, coming in between you and your happiness, that is leaving you very bitter inside of you, Geminines, okay? Which is a pull down again at this point in time in your higher self, like I said, okay? And that is the reason you are not also kind of leaving that person. You're kind of reacting, you are talking back, you're using words which is sounding cruel, which is not sounding good. Basically, there is a very internal conflicting situation between the two of you at this point, and you are not being able to understand as to what you are doing wrong at this point in time for your significant other to do what he or she is doing by invading your privacy, and by leaving you feeling jealous, possessive, because the more that person is invading your privacy, the more possessive you are becoming towards yourself and your happiness, because you want it all. Okay, whether that person wants it or not is not really mattering to you at this point in time in the month of February 2019. Okay, so therefore, this is what your energy is, Gemini, in your higher self. And that is the reason, you guys, Geminis, you're like kind of drifting away from your love situation. Okay, you definitely are not enjoying this portion of your life at this. I'm sorry to say this, guys, okay, but you all are not happy about it. Okay, you definitely are not enjoying that kind of freedom or space or anything that kind of allows you to prosper in your love and romantic relationship. You're not enjoying that, guys, okay? And that is the reason you're making an effort to drift away from this relationship. Okay, you want to discover more things about yourself. You want to discover the world. You want to discover what potentials you have actually as a human being. You want to discover what other areas of your life can bring you more prosperity than this person who is sitting in your love relationship at this point in time, who's not allowing you to, according to you, who's not allowing you to move forward, to do what you want to do in your own way. Okay, because love is all good, guys, but at the same time, everybody should have their passions checked once in a while. Everybody needs that excitement. Everybody wants to stay alive by thinking, by hoping, by doing new things. But if somebody else keeps coming in the middle all the time and puts a barrier between you and your desires, then it becomes a problem. Okay, and that is exactly what is happening to the Geminis. Okay, this person is not being able to move in the way this person wants to move because a significant other is not allowing the movement to happen at this point. And that is why in the higher self, the Geminis are drifting away from this romantic relationship, guys. I mean, it's not the best of the card to start the reading with, but this is what it is. Okay, this is exactly what I'm telling you, is what my spirits have told me. So it's not even me telling you, guys. Okay, so take this in the positive way to redo, to restructure your relationship in the best possible way that you can, once you have the heads up of what's really going on in your love area. Now, having said that, and this is exactly the reason that both of you guys are very unhappy at this point in time. Okay, you, the Geminis, and the significant other. Okay, now the significant other, like I said, she or he has the love for you, definitely, but that love is becoming too possessive. And that is kind of hindering this romance. Okay, because when one person has become so possessive, in spite of being divine, in spite of being obliged to you, in spite of having the divinity, the law of love in their life, which they absolutely have, but at the same time, this is becoming a kind of a possessive behavior, which is affecting the Geminis because they are not enjoying this kind of behavioral pattern in them. Okay, that is the reason why they are trying to drift, they are trying to move away, they are trying to search for new avenues in their life that's not going to trouble them in the way they are being troubled at this point in time. Okay, and that is the reason, again, guys, both of you are very unhappy in your crossing energy. You all are not enjoying this kind of relationship with each other, and that is the reason both of y'all, I mean, y'all know what y'all want. The problem is that y'all are not doing the right thing, okay? Both of y'all are hindering each other's progress in the month of February 2019, which is why both of you guys are feeling very left out, anxious, stressed out, passionless at this point in time. There is no passion, and that is causing you stress, that is causing you anxiety, that is causing you a lot of trouble, sleepless nights. Both of you are not, that's what I said, that both of you guys are not enjoying this kind of a behavior, okay? And that is the reason in your love area, guys, there is a rupture, okay, that's happening. The love is being divided because you're not being able to hold on to your love at this point in time, okay? And that is the reason why this interruption is also happening in your love area, because two energies are playing in two different directions, okay? None of you guys are asking each other or even talking to one another to find out what can be done to rectify this problem. But at the same time, you guys, knowingly or unknowingly, y'all are moving away from each other. Okay, that is what is happening to you in your higher self at this point in time, guys. Okay, because again, like I said, if you get a heads up, please take that in the right way, because you definitely don't need that energy in your life. You definitely need better energies in your life. So what you can do to rectify the situation is what you have to now work upon, okay? But the month of February, this is what is going to happen in your life, Geminis, unfortunately. And again, the foundation card over here is telling me that both of you are accumulating the depth of your relationships, okay? Accumulating debt of your relationships. Because again, you guys are not doing things openly, okay? You are not being honest to that extent with each other. You are doing things undercover, okay? So one of you or the other of you, both of you all are not really being open and honest with one another. And that is the reason in your foundation card, you guys are kind of robbing each other of your love, of your passion, of your dedication, of your emotions, I would say, okay? And but again, at the same time, you're greedy for that, okay? And I have to say this, you definitely want the love, you're greedy for the love to come back, okay, both of you in your foundation card. But at the same time, this greed is being directed in a wrong way at this point in time in the month of February, which is, of course, it's affecting both of you because it's your foundation card. And that is the reason y'all are wishing for the best thing to happen in your life. You'll definitely want back the right energies to be with one another in the right way. Y'all don't want to do what y'all are doing at this point in time, guys. Okay? But again, sometimes things happen for a reason, okay? And that is again the reason there is, this card talks about again the same thing, about theft, okay? It talks about provision, it talks about abandonment, okay? But at the same time, this card also has double meaning, which says that if you can get rid of those bad energies in your love area, you can bring back your hope and bright prospects, Geminians, okay? But both of you guys need to work on this, not just one person, okay? Because again, y'all are doing all underhand dealings at this point in time. Like I said, be honest with one another, guy. If you don't want something, if you don't like something, don't be cruel, don't be acid tongue, but at least have that faith in the universe to talk it out openly, to find out what the other person has in store for you and what you have in store for the other person, okay? But again, in the month of February, this is your foundation card, Geminis, and this is what is going to happen, but Try to keep that greed away. Try to keep the debt away. Try to keep that theft away from your love life. You don't want it. And bring back the bright and happy, prosperous future in your love relationship. Okay? This will be my advice to you guys. But because at this point in time, this is what the best that I can tell you, because other than that, really, you know, there is nothing much that can be told to you at this point. But again, it's never too late to do the right things. You know, if you know this is what is happening, you can always go back and correct the situation in your own way. But you guys have to be definitely very clear cut, open about your situation, what you want, what you don't want, who is doing what, who is not doing what. Okay, so this is what it is. Now, the past energy for the Geminines, guys. In the past, of course, it shows me that you were matured, you are a dignified man. Okay, you definitely have that in you. And this is your past energy, which is also calling for a strong spiritual faith and liberal views on your love relationship. You were someone, I would say, that one could have relied upon for guidance and encouragement, Geminines. That's what in the past it is, okay? Because you represent a successful person in the past, or you represented a successful person in the past, okay? But at the same time, in the past, what has happened is that you guys have done quite a lot of things not in the right way, not in the it's not your fault. I'm not saying that it was your fault, guys, don't get me wrong. But again, being that generous person, being that loyal person, being that spiritual person, being that mature wise person, at the same time, what you have also done is you have exhausted your resources on your love. Okay, you have given more than what the other person probably deserved. Okay, that is what it is. And that is the reason today you're kind of struggling to stay afloat on your love situation, because you're not happy. You know you have exhausted your resources, okay? And now in your love situation, you're facing a barren landscape, guys, okay? And also very, very temporary, but temporary hardships. And that is the reason in your past you had been yearning for spiritual strength to bring back that love in your life, because you know that you have wasted your resources, because you had everything in you. But again, somehow your love did not materialize in the way that you had thought it would. And this is, of course, for the Geminines in the past energy. And it is because of that reason your desire in love, your ambition in love, your will in love did not materialize. And this is not today. This is could be your recent past, could be your past. It doesn't matter, like I've always said. But that is the reason this desire, this fulfillment, this ambition to have everything in under the roof of love did not materialize, guys, for you, unfortunately. And that is the reason, again, your determination was left incomplete to finish the project of love, Geminines. And that's your past energy, okay? But this is what it is for you guys in the past as well. Now, again, like I have always said, I have asked for the higher self, and then of course I definitely ask for the physical 3D energy as well, because that is also important in the month of February to see what you guys are going to be doing in your physical world on the 3D. Okay, so in the month of February, Geminines, let's see what you guys are up to and what you guys will be doing. Okay, you are in this energy in the physical world. Okay, you will be an enthusiastic supporter in love, definitely, because you are expecting the arrival of some good news. You like stimulating conversations. You will try to engage in some stimulating conversations, which will bring about intellectual development in your love life again. And that could be an excitable, positive friendship of love that again starts to blossom in your physical world in the 3D in the month of February 2019, which will probably give you an inch over your higher self, guys. Gemini, okay? Because of whatever situation in the 3D is manifesting for you, that you can see, which will bring back the justice of love in the right way. Because somewhere, both of you guys will be able to converse, will be able to talk openly with clarity, using your wisdom, using your strength of justice in the right way. Because this is the first major, no, this is the second major arcana after the star card that you have gotten here for your physical self, okay, which is a good card because in the physical 3D, of course, it matters to see how you guys are going to be interacting in your love relationship in this point in time. If you can override the higher self, if you can override the higher self, and this is what it is, okay, with the help of your conversations that you guys are very good at, using your intellect to bring about intellectual conversations in your love area, to revive that lost, forbidden kind of love that you guys have in the higher self. In the physical world, you guys, Geminis, are going to try to bring that back by giving each other that stability of love, okay, with your power, Geminis, which will be, of course, protecting and giving a protection of a great person that you are attempting to be as the emperor in your love area, okay? And that will kind of give more conviction and more reason for you to understand your better half as well, okay, in the physical world at this point in time in the month of February 2019. And I think it's a very good energy because the emperor to me is all about that. Okay, the emperor is never unjustful. Okay, this emperor can never do anything wrong. So when you have taken that energy of the emperor in the month of February 2019 in your physical world, that is definitely going to bring you at least some amount of positive or positivity in your love area, guys, okay? Which again, going forward, and that is the reason I loved this card when it came out, okay, for you Geminis, which is why going forward, you guys will definitely fall back in love with one another once again. Okay, you will be able to bring back that harmony, you will be able to bring back that friendship, you will be able to bring back all that you have been suffering for this period in time. Because again, and this is happening because of the Geminis themselves, they are being able to kind of manage the situation in such a way that they are able to bring back their love in the physical world as well. The union, the rapport of romantic relationship. This is the card that talks about it all, okay? You guys are confiding in each other, which you had stopped doing in your higher self, okay? Again, this revives back in the month of February in your physical world where you will be confiding and talking to one another once again, which will bring back your pleasure, your comfort, and can also go forward if you guys are not yet married. For people who are not yet married, this kind of love, we can also go forward towards an engagement or even a marriage situation between the two of you. Okay, so that is going forward, which is towards the end of the month. I would say, yeah, towards the end of the month and the beginning of next month. Okay, so keep in mind, Geminis, but do the right thing in the right way, because both of you guys deserve one another. Okay, so don't let things just go out of your hand, because you definitely are progressing. Your relationship has been tested very severely. Now you guys are coming into the right phase of your life. So do and work in the right way to bring that good energy back, okay? And again, this love is going to come back, not completely in the way that you want it to be, but it's coming back because the Geminis are managing to use their brain and their intellect in the right way. You know, there could be a little bit of trickery that they're using. There could be some kind of duplicity, or they're not being completely honest about their situation with their partner, but at the same time, they're not letting their partner know about it. But again, I wouldn't say that it is a pretense of love, but definitely, they're trying. The Geminis are going to try to bring that love back, and which is going to come back to a certain amount as well. Okay, because again, you guys, because of this card, that can go towards marriage, towards your alliance with one another, a teamwork, everything, union. So therefore, for that to happen, you guys are definitely attempting to bring that back in the right order. But again, there is a bit of trickery, a bit of duplicity, even to a certain extent, a little bit of fraud. But again, don't get me wrong, guys, because people associate this kind of a this card with the meaning that sounds very wrong when I say this. But again, in situations, you have to be street smart. Okay, everybody cannot be completely foolish to let things go out of their hand. So to get things back in control, sometimes in life, you definitely have to use your intellect in the right way, and even your emotions, by being street smart. That is the word. That fraud, duplicity that I have used, of course I have to, because when I'm talking about this card, I definitely have to say this. But again, at the same time, this is not what it is all about. Okay, it's calling for more of a street smart situation going forward to bring your love back into your life in the right way. Okay, which is a good point, guys. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't see anything wrong in that. Okay, because I believe in that. Sometimes in life, you definitely have to adhere to situations, to kind of mold situations in the right way possible, so that it gives you the right result. And that is exactly what this card is all about in the month of February, going forward towards the month of March, guys. In your environment, Geminis, y'all are in a good place, okay? Y'all are kind of completing a quest in your love life. You have your home comforts, blessings, You also have some lasting happiness. You have respect, you have virtue, you have honor, you have the warmth, and you also have the contentment, okay? So in your environment is actually giving you a lot of support, Geminis, okay? That is something that the universe is giving to you at this point in time, which is, of course, giving you that stability to rebuild and rework upon this situation in your higher self, as far as your love is concerned. And which is, of course, at the same time, you definitely have to do and use your wisdom in the right way, guys. It's very important, because we forget, like I said, Geminis use more of their intellect than their heart, guys, okay? And that is their problem. But at the same time, it is also, this kind of warmth, this kind of goodness in their environment is also bringing them the revived passion, okay? Which is also bringing back their physical and, I would say, their moral ardor, But at the same time, there could be some conceit in themselves, and some surface knowledge about certain situations in their environment. But overall, I would say, overall, your environment is not something that you have to be worried about as far as your love situation goes, okay? That is giving you full support in this month of February 2019, because your environment is definitely working for you. That's a good thing, guys. I mean, I really, I would say this, okay? I would definitely say this. This is a good card here, okay, for your environment. Now, your hopes and fears, Gemini, and as far as your love situation is concerned, you definitely don't want to fail in your love situation, okay? By foolishly designing things that is not right in this love situation. So, you're going to be taking care to bring that balance back into your life, into your love life, because definitely somewhere at this point, there is a bit of disbalance, okay, a lopsidedness. So, your hope and your prayer, and you feel that this is your hope and your fear, that you should be able to manage every situation in the right way, because that is what is going to get you back your harmony, your love, and your life in the right way as far as your romantic situation is concerned in this part of your February reading, okay? And that is your hope and that is your fear as well. And at the same time, if you don't do it, guys, your result in your love life could be disastrous, okay? There could be some unforeseen pregnancies if you guys are looking into it, okay? Um, there could be a multiplicity of many problems in your love life, okay? So if you guys are not careful to take this lopsidedness, and this is what your hope and fear is at the same time, that if you do not do things in the right way, things can go out of control for you in the month of February 2019, okay? So therefore, please heed the warning, and as I said, do the right thing. You have to be street smart. Please go ahead and do it if that is going to help you to bring back your love in the right way, okay? Please go ahead and do it, but at the same time, don't be foolish enough to let things go out of control for you, okay? That is what I was just trying to tell you, that if you have to do things, do it, but use your wisdom, use your energy, use your knowledge, okay? That's what I've been telling everybody. Use your knowledge in the right way, because this is otherwise going to spell doom for you, okay? If you do not use your knowledge and wisdom in the right way to bring that balance back into your life, because your environment is supporting you, Gemini. And so, therefore, you can really concentrate and work upon this area in your love life in the month of February 2019 to give it the right result for yourself and for your significant other, okay? Now, your outcome at this point in time, Geminis, is this card, okay? Which is calling for some good mental activity in your love area, some inspired ideas and knowledge, okay? You could even do some original thinking to make a breakthrough in your love life, because that has great potential, something new, something original, even if it is original, but that should come up as something new in your love life that is going to bring about promising relationships between the two of you, and that itself will give birth to an inspired project in your love life again. Think about new things, think about innovative ideas, think about things that you would like to do, because at the end of the day, you guys are all about your intellect, Geminians, okay? So kind of shake your brain a little bit, bring back that fiery, passionate understanding of what a relationship should be, to give birth to your love in the right way. And that is going to be your outcome if you can do the rest of the work in the month of February in the absolutely right and possible way, guys, okay? You have got a definitely very good outcome, So therefore, I would say that your reading had not started on a very good note, but it is ending on a very good note, which is a great, great good news for all the Geminis that I'm talking to at this point in time, which is also an outcome of bringing back your treasure moments in your love life, your prosperity, your combination of your material and emotional well being. Okay, that will bring you great gains, your great progress in life, and that is going to take your love life to a different level of achievement altogether. In the month of February going forward, that's an outcome. But again, provided, guys, you can do things in the right way. As I have said, the reading did not start off on the higher self, it did not kick off in the way I thought it would. But again, the ending is beautiful, and that is why I'm saying this. And if you can do these things, guys, all you will get back is your Six of Cups, your beautiful past life memories, your good memories of love, your happiness, your fulfillment, your joy, your abundance, your full I mean everything, your prosperity in love. Okay, your relationship in love is only going to blossom. That is what it is. So the way it started, I did not see the way it's going to end like this, honestly. But the way the ending is more important to me. So, how it ends for you in the month of February, provided whatever the directions I've given you, you can do that in the right way, is going to get you back your love in the right way, guys. Okay, so keep that in mind, Geminis, and wishing you all the best. Khuda Hafiz, God bless you. Stay good, stay nice, and I'll see you soon again. Bye for now.